Okay, next lesson. Today we're looking at interquartile range. The range is a measure of spread because it gives an indication of how widely the scores are spread in a set of data. The interquartile range, however, is another measure of spread. It is the difference between the upper and lower quartiles, and so is the range of the middle 50% of the data. So if we have a set of data, and we've got, obviously the whole thing must be 100%. So if we have quartiles, as in 4 parts, obviously each part is 25%. Let's add to this diagram. Okay, so the median, which is the middle, is right here. Let's call it Q2. So median is the same as Q2, because obviously 2 quarters is a half. This is Q1 for quarter 1. This is Q3 for quarter 3. So it's interesting, there are 3 things, but it actually creates 4 different bits here, as you can see. Now back to the definition. So interquartile range, difference between the upper and lower quartiles. So this, take away this. So in effect, you're looking at this. So interquartile range is this, take away this. With that logic, think about this question. When is the interquartile range a better measure of spread than range for particular sets of data? So how does this compare to this? Okay, so as you would probably know, range is the highest minus the lowest, whereas interquartile range is just this minus this. If you had, say, outliers, where would outliers occur? As you probably know, outliers would occur in big scores or very small scores. So you can see that the interquartile range actually ignores outliers. Okay, so that's going to write down here. So when outliers are present. Okay. Now, apologies if you can hear an annoying sound in the background. There's a big truck parked next door. I have no idea what it's doing, but I do apologize for that. Okay, time for an example. Question 1. I would actually pause and write this down, and we'll go through it together. Okay, the number of points scored by UNSW Quartiles per rugby match during 2013 season were, here they all here, I'm not going to read them all out. Part A, find the range. Part B, find the interquartile range. And then part C, which is a better measure, the range or the interquartile range? Now the first thing we have to do is arrange them from lowest to highest. So let's rewrite these from lowest number to highest number. Okay, and I believe they are 6, 12, 17, 19, 21, 22, 23, 25, 26, 28, 28, 29, 30, 31, 72. Okay, now part A. Okay, range is easy. Just highest minus lowest. So 72, take away 6, which is 66. Okay, now interquartile range is a little bit harder. Let's start by finding the median, which is Q2, so the absolute middle. How many scores are there? There are, I believe, 15 scores. Middle score will be the 8th score. So let's count out 8 numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 25 is my median, which is Q2. And just in case you've forgotten, why I know this is my middle score, there are 15 terms. 15 is an odd number, so 15 divided by 2 is 7.5, but round up to 8 because 15 is odd. Now my lower quartile, I've got to find the middle of that. So in here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 terms. Middle would be the 4th term because, again, 7 is odd. So my 4th term is 19, so that's going to be Q1. Then find the middle of this. Again, there are 7 terms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The 4th term we want for the middle, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 29 is my middle here. That's Q3. So pretty much to find Q1, Q2, Q3, find the middle of the whole thing, then find the lower middle, then find the upper middle. So Q1 is 19, Q2 is 25, and Q3 is 29. All right. Now the formula for interquartile range, so interquartile range is upper quartile, take away lower quartile, which is Q3, take away Q1, which is 29 minus 19, which is 10. Okay, and then part C as well. Part C says, which is the better measure, range interquartile range. Well, we can probably see that this is 72 is much higher than the rest. That's an outlier, which has inflated the range. So we can say the outlier of 72 has inflated the range. So we can therefore say, therefore IQR is a better measure. Okay, two more questions. Question 2. So part A, this is a dot plot, this is a stem and leaf plot. We still want to find the interquartile range, but obviously the questions are now slightly different. So just don't forget, IQR equals Q3 minus Q1. Okay, please pause and have a go before I go through them. Okay, part A. Let's see how many scores there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There are 14 scores, which is even, which means 14 divided by 2 is 7. So the 7.5 score is my middle. So Q2 is between 7th and 8th scores. So let's count out my 7th and 8th scores. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So my middle, my circle. So it's between these two numbers, which is actually right here. So my Q2 is right there. Now my lower middle goes from here to there. So how many numbers are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 divided by 2 is 3.5, but round up to 4 because 7 is odd. So my fourth number, 1, 2, 3, 4, right there, that will be my Q1. And then my upper scores, my upper middle, is going from here to there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 scores, divided by 2 is 3.5. I want the fourth score. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So which means my Q3 is actually right there. Now just to help clarify, I'm going to write them out. We can this time because there's only 14 scores. If there were like 50 scores, you couldn't write it out. But I might just write them out quickly. So 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6. So I said that's Q2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So Q2 is right there. So this is my Q2. And then my Q1, middle of those. 2, 3, 4, which is right there. And then Q3, middle of those, which is right there. Okay, so that's the same thing. This is on a picture, this is on actual numbers. But please know how to read this, because if you had like 50 numbers, you're not going to be doing this. Let's now answer the question. So IQR is Q3 minus Q1, which is 4 minus 2, which is 2. And just to clarify one more thing on the diagram again from the start. So remember, if this is the middle, these scores here should be the same number of these scores here. So what I might do, let's just get one more color. So all of that and all of that should be the same number of numbers as well. That also proves that this is the middle. Okay, so yeah, this was actually a tricky question, so feel free to rewind and watch this again, because yeah, hard one. Now part B. This is also a tricky one. Stem leaf plots. So we have a whole bunch of numbers. Remember, we just want Q3 minus Q1. Let's start by seeing how many numbers we have in total. I believe part B has 24 scores. I should also write it. This one has 14 scores as well. Okay, so let's start by finding the median, which is Q2, then Q1, then Q3, then take away Q3 and Q1. So pause, take a minute, have a think. Where's Q2 going to be, which is the median? Okay, remember, 24 divided by 2 is 12, but because 24 is even, the middle is going to be between the 12th and the 13th scores. So let's count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So these two are of interest. My middle is going to be between these two. So 73, 74. So this is going to be Q2. So Q2 equals 73 plus 74. All on 2, which is 73.5. Now to find Q1 and Q3, remember, so you want to find the middle of that and the middle of that as well. So this bit here, how many numbers are there? By the way, that's included. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's even. Half of that is 6, but we want the 6.5th term. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We want these two here. So Q1 is right here. So that's Q1 between 56 and 59. And then the upper bits, so from here to here, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Again, we know it's going to be 12 because this is the middle here. We want the 6.5th term again from these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So again, we want these. So my Q3 is going to be between these ones here. Okay, so Q1 is going to be 56 plus 59 on 2, which is 57.5. And then Q3 is going to be 85 plus 86 on 2, which is 85.5. Okay, you're going to find IQR. We're just going to take these two away. So 85.5 minus 57.5, which is 28, I believe. Okay, these were actually quite tricky questions indeed, so you might have to rewind and watch these again, because there's quite a bit going on here. Like I said, the most important thing, find the actual middle of the whole thing first, then find the lower middle, then find the upper middle. So same principle in both of these questions. Okay, last question for today. This is a back-to-back 7-leaf plot. We're going to see which class was more consistent. So use the IQR to determine whether Miss B's class or Mrs. C's class is more consistent. So we're going to find the IQR of each and then obviously see which one is higher. Now remember, to find the IQR of interquartile range, start by getting the middle of each, then get Q1 and then get Q3, and then take away Q3 from Q1. Sorry, Q1 from Q3. Right, have a go. Okay, Miss B's class. How many numbers are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So quite a small class. Half of 8 is 4. But since 8 is even, we want the 4.5th term. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5th. So it's between these two. So Q2 is going to be, so we'll do Miss B. So Q2 is between 88 and 95. So 88 plus 95 all over 2, which is 91.5. So that's between these two. Now we want the lower middle. So from here downwards. Well, the middle from here, just this, is going to be between second and third score. So just here. So Q1 is going to be 70 plus 88 all over 2, which is 79. And again, the reason why I've divided by 2, remember to find the middle between the two numbers, add them and divide by 2. So my Q1 is just here. Now Q3, we want the middle of this. Well, the middle from here, or just here, is going to be right here in the middle. So 98 plus 99 divided by 2. So we can say Q3 is 98 plus 99 divided by 2, which is 98.5. Okay, so Q3 is right there. Okay, now Miss C's class. So let's just do it over here. Miss C. Okay, let's count up how many students are in Miss C's class. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 scores is odd, which means the middle is the 5th term. So let's count them out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's my median, 85. So Q2 is 85. Q1, so the middle from here to here. So down here, there are 4 numbers. The middle will be the 2.5 number. So we want between these two. 76 plus 77 divided by 2, which is 76.5. Then Q3, we want the middle from here to here. Again, we want the 2.5 because there are 4 terms. So 1, 2 between these two. So 95 plus 95, which is over 2, which is just 95. Okay, so IQR for Miss B. So IQR is 98.5 minus 79, which is 19.5. And then IQR for Miss C's class is 95 minus 76.5, which is 18.5. Okay, so you can see they're both very, very close, but one of them is slightly more consistent. Now the lower score is more consistency because lower score means less spread. So we can conclude by saying Miss C's class is more consistent. Lower IQR means less spread. Okay, that was quite a heavy lesson, quite a lot going on there, lots of questions. Just to clarify as well, you actually don't need Q2 when finding the IQR. I just use it to help me see where the middle is, and when you know where the middle is, it's easier to see the lower and upper bits. Okay, now obviously a lot going on here, so you may have to rewind and watch some of these again. But do what you can and see how you go from the homework, which by the way is from a Year 10 textbook, so this is quite tricky stuff. Here it is here. So have a go and I'll see you in the next lesson.